What is up, everybody? It's me, Base Jalerin, and we're here again to bring you another video. And today we have my manga haul for September of 2018. My nose itches. Anyway, so I'm just gonna get right on into it. I have a lot of new stuff that I really want to show off because I can't control myself. And that is no better evident than what I have for you right here in front of me. I couldn't put it anywhere else. Last month, Lythis did a recommendation video where he recommended different things to different manga tubers, and one of them was me. And he recommended Dance in the Vampire Bund. And to be quite honest, I've been eyeing Dance in the Vampire Bund for quite some time, so the fact that him just recommending it to me was the final push. And because I am a person who cannot control themselves, I went ahead and got Omnibus Volume 1, Omnibus Volume 2, Omnibus Volume 3, Omnibus Volume 4, which was a little out of print. It was going for $30 on Amazon, and I had to settle for good quality, and I was really fucking scared, but it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. Volume 4, Omnibus Volume 5. Now, before you all get excited, Omnibus Volume 6 is incredibly out of print. It is going for over $100 on Amazon. It is kind of ridiculous, but definitely a little too rich for my blood. Definitely not going to drop $100 just to have a complete set of manga. But the single volume editions of the stuff that's contained within Volume 6 of Omnibus Volume 6, I'm missing up words today, are actually still not really in print, but they're not going for hundreds of dollars. So I went ahead and got the single volumes, which are Dance in the Vampire Bund, The Memories of Sledgehammer, Volumes 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. So that's all of the 6th omnibus that's in the 6th omnibus. Luckily for me, at the very least, these are the same exact trim size as the omnibuses, and they're not the tinier size books that 7 Seas puts out. So at the very least, these line up right with the omnibuses, at the very least, on my bookshelf. And I'm not going to complain. I'm just here for the complete story. If I ever do find Omnibus Volume 6, I will be a very happy woman, but I'm totally alright with having a single volume set in the middle of this collection, because I don't give much of a shit. And finally, we have Omnibus Collection Volume 7. I'm pretty sure this is the last one. I don't know if this series is complete or not, or if we're going to see more in the future, because I flipped through this one and it didn't really seem like it ended as had an actual ending. But to my knowledge, there's not any more Dance the Vampire Bund yet. I didn't get the Doujin omnibuses, which are respectively the comic one and the novelization one. I'm planning on getting those later, but I decided to just get the regular, just full series, just to begin. Just get the whole fucking series, just to start. But anyway, yeah, that's why you shouldn't recommend things to me, because I'll be oh, well, I gotta get the whole thing now, thank you. But yeah, very, very excited about Dance in the Vampire Bund. This is the final push to get me to finally collect it, and here it is. Next up, we just have Volume 6 through 15 of Banana Fish. I just need to get the last 4, and then I will have the complete series of Banana Fish, and I will get to stop worrying about not completing Banana Fish before the reprints go out of print, which is a scary thought, but it's a thought that I have to deal with. I'll just show you the covers. The covers, they range from kinda cool to uninteresting, but it's what's inside that counts. It's the insides of this that matter, and these definitely fucking matter, my dudes. Very, very excited. I'm planning on, I haven't gotten into Banana Fish yet, which I know you're buying all these, like, manga and you're not reading them. It's because I'm waiting to, buy the complete set, and then I will binge it. I know that, Bizarre Individual was talking about hosting another readathon in December-ish. Maybe that might be sooner, maybe that might be later, I don't know, but that's, like, a very opportune time, because that's how I finished the entirety of Claymore. But, yeah, that's it for that. And next up, I have something. I bought most of this at Second & Charles, and the rest of it off of Amazon. One volume of it hasn't come in yet, but I have bought it. It's just still on the way. And that would be Wolfsmund. Now, if you know anything about Wolfsmund, you know that it's a very brutal fucking series. People are killed and tortured and just brutalized in the worst of ways in this manga. And you think to yourself, Base, you hated Fire Punch, which is pretty much an edgy torture manga. Why do you have Wolfsmund if you're not going to get Fire Punch? Well, just between you and me, I'm not collecting Fire Punch at this point out of complete and utter spite of the people who came into my comment section on the video that doesn't exist anymore, and were just rude motherfuckers. So yeah, I'm not collecting Fire Punch because it no longer interests me, because maybe my tastes have changed a little. Maybe I can stand a little more brutality, but I'm no longer interested in Fire Punch. I'm not interested in touching, reading, picking up anything to do with Fire Punch because of those pieces of shit. So thank you very much for just chasing me away from that series that you love very, very dearly. Anyway, we're just going to stop right there and just show you these wonderful volumes of Wolfsmund. And we got Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, there's a sticker on here. I'm deciding whether or not I want to put in the effort to try and pick it off. Volume 6, Volume 7 has not arrived, but we have Volume 8, which is the final volume. Just waiting on Volume 7, and then I will have the complete set of Wolfsmund. Very nice, very nice. Next up, we have, it was a very cool find. I found this at Second & Charles for like $7 fucking bucks, and I was honestly fucking floored that somebody would have sold this at all. And that would be Panorama Island. Now, if you have your ear to the ground in any way, you will have heard that Last Gasp is actually going to be reprinting this, which is fucking awesome as shit, because this is like super out of print, and it is an amazingly quirky story. The art especially, like, you just look at the art on the cover, it is, like, beautiful. And the fact that they're going to be reprinting this and it's going to be available to people now who really, really want it but can't afford it is super fucking chill and cool to me, and I'm very, very excited about that. Y'all should also be very excited about this if you have not picked up A Strange Tale of... The Strange Tale of Panorama Island is the full title. I didn't bother saying the full title because I'm a fool, but yeah, this is a... Let me find a bit that isn't covered in titties. Like, the art is just very, very breathtaking, especially whenever the artist goes and draws, like, very big, expansive landscapes that are just really, really, like, cool and fantastical. It is cool as shit, and I think they're going to be reprinting this sometime next year, so keep your eyes peeled. This is super cool, super fucking awesome as hell that they're reprinting it, and very, very exciting. Very exciting time is when... It's just like when they reprinted Banana Fish. It's a very exciting time when publishers reprint stuff that's woefully out of print, that's really, really nice. So yeah, very cool shit. Next, let's move on to new volume ones. And this one is the one you've already seen, and I don't really have to talk about it a lot because I talked about it extensively in my video about it. That is the Sailor Moon Eternal Edition. Once again, I'm only going to be picking up Volume 1 of the Eternal Edition, mostly because I needed it to make a video, but also just for, like, posterity and collection purposes. It's a very nice volume. Shiny as shit. Go watch that video if you want to hear my opinions on it, and whether or not you should pick it up, as someone who is interested in Sailor Moon, if you are. Next up is another volume that I already featured in a video, and that would be Apple and Honey, which came in a manga blind box from Right Stuff. I have since read it, and it's okay. It's okay. There's only like a sex scene at the very end. The rest of it is just kind of dudes bonding, which I guess is pretty cool and chill, and I realized that maybe my opinions of yaoi and shonen ai is kind of colored by the stuff that was made really popular in the beginning. I'm really into shit like this, where it's just two dudes romancing and kind of being awkward with each other. That's really nice. It's when the like the vibe between the two of them is toxic, that just kind of like gets me. It's weird. But yeah, this isn't very, it's not too tropey. It doesn't really fall in line with a lot of other like shonen ai or yaoi tropes. It's okay. I'm thinking of picking up, there's another one of these. I forget what the subtitle for it is, but it's Apple and Honey something or other. And I think that one is still in print, so I'm probably going to pick that up mostly just for completion's sake, because that one is probably staying on my collection, because it's aight. It's aight. Next up we have Tomo-chan is a girl, which I haven't gotten into it, but I was really, really interested in it. I heard that the artist for this did another manga that's been published recently, but I've completely forgotten it. It's gone. It has left me. But this is a 4-koma, and it's about, from what I gathered, this girl who's kind of been like childhood friends with this guy all her life, and she's kind of like this big old tomboy, and now he considers her one of like the bros, one of the dudes, but she has this massive ass crush on him now, which is wildly unfortunate for her. But yeah, it appears to be a really, really nice comedy, and I can't wait to get into it. Next up is something that I found at Second & Charles, which was really convenient for me because I've been just waffling on getting this one and a couple of other things in the same vein, and that would be Breathe Deeply, which is a really, not really old, but an older publication by One Piece Books. It's really hard to tell because whenever I've seen this, it just kind of looks like an entirely black book. There's actually like a face on there that I never even realized was there, but yeah, Lythis bought this a little bit ago, and I was really interested because he also recommended Tenken, which is another older One Piece Books publication, and this is okay. It's kind of like a medical drama sort of thing. I honestly thought it was really nice. It was really gripping. And it's only one volume, which is really, really cool. I need to get, I know there's one other kind of old-ish One Piece Books book, one or two that I've been kind of looking at, but for now, Breathe Deeply is now in my collection, and I'm very, very happy about it. Next up, we have the, Delinquent Housewife, which is a delightful little manga. I think it reads like a josei. I'm guessing this is a josei title, about this woman and her husband who move in with her husband's family, but then her husband goes on a business trip, and he kind of like leaves to go find himself, so she's alone with her husband's family, and turns out that she's kind of like a punk, kind of a delinquent. She has like a girl gang, and they hang out, and she's kind of like doesn't have very good manners, but she's like keeping up this facade. She doesn't know how to cook, she doesn't know how to do laundry, and so she has to hide the fact that she's like this absolute mess from her new family while her husband is on like a soul-searching journey. I thought it was really cool. I can't wait for Volume 2. It's very, very interesting. Next up, we have Dragon Goes House Hunting, Volume 1. Check out that gold fucking lettering, bitches. That's pretty fucking neat, isn't it? This is a really kind of cute, sort of like bittersweet manga about this dragon who just wants a fucking home to live in. He just wants a place to belong. It's so sweet and cute and adorable, and it's just a really quirky, interesting premise. And if you're looking for something a little different, something off the beaten path, definitely look into Dragon Goes House Hunting, because it's adorable as fuck. Next up, I know we are banding together to boycott Viz because Shueisha is up to no good, but this was a bad time to issue a ban of Viz because Viz put out some stuff this month that I really fucking wanted. So of course I went ahead and bought them because I'm a filthy, dirty snake who can't be trusted with anything. But anyway, I have the perfect edition of 20th Century Boys, Volume 1. I think this is a 2-in-1. Very, very excited about this. I am aware of 20th Century Boys. I was actually introduced to it through the live action, which, coming from somebody who hadn't read the manga first, is actually really neat. And if you're coming into this from the live action, you realize that the live action, probably the most perfect manga to live action casting I've ever seen. Everybody in the live, if you've never seen it, please find a way to do so, because everybody, at the very least, just to marvel in the fact that they did almost one-to-one perfect casting. Everybody looks exactly almost like they look in this fucking manga. It's kind of fucking wild. But yeah, I finally have the manga now, and I'm going to be collecting them in the perfect editions. People were saying that the spine and the cover kind of look boring. I think they look kind of cool, especially in the light. If you can see, maybe the title and the author is actually also embossed on the cover, which is really fucking neat. If you see that shimmer, those are letters. But yeah, well, everybody was doing their part to ban Viz. I did not. Sorry, guys. Next up we have After the Rain, Volume 1, and this is a 2-in-1 put out by Vertical, about a girl who has fallen in love with the manager of the family restaurant that she works at. Excuse me. I, for the longest time, got this manga mixed up with Komi-san, which is fucking hilarious, but now I won't. Yeah, very excited about this. I've read a little bit of it. I haven't quite finished it yet. The beginning sort of errs on the side of comedy, but I've seen clips of the anime and it looks like it gets a lot more dramatic later on. So, yeah. This might not be the manga for everybody because, once again, it's about a girl falling in love with her manager. She's in high school, by the way, and her manager is a 40-something-year-old man. I'm picking up all these titles that could be potentially really problematic, like My Boy and now After the Rain, which are both published by Vertical, because Vertical don't give no shit. But, yeah, very excited about that, very hype. Next is a manga that I saw it, and I was really fucking excited, because I just love cooking. I love food. I fucking love food. Like, I just get one thing straight. I fucking love food, my guys. I fucking love anything to do with fucking cooking and food, and this got released, and that is Otherworldly Izakaya Nobu, Volume 1, put out by Udon Entertainment. This shit's got French flaps, yo. The art on the cover wraps around into the inside. It is neat. But this is about it's set in sort of like possibly a fantasy, but maybe just an alternate sort of like medieval times sort of. It's set in another world, because, you know, otherworld izakaya. That's kind of German based. Like, I don't know if it's like medieval Germany, or if it's a fantasy world that's German in nature, but it's about this literal izakaya, this pub, this Japanese style pub that pops up in this like medieval German town, and they're serving them like Japanese food, and you get to hear about like the experience of eating this Japanese food through the eyes of these medieval German people. And they like get there and they're all like, the doors are made of glass, this place is too fancy. They're serving their ale in glass like mugs. This is way too fancy. They're gonna be charging us up the ass. And this guy's having like an out-of-body experience eating edamame and just going like seeing the face of God, eating Odin. It's really, really neat, because outside of just being like a manga about people going to an izakaya and enjoying the food, it's about these people in like this medieval German town that normally don't eat this kind of food. And I think that's really neat and really cool, and it's a really interesting take on the whole like going out and eating genre, which is a thing that I'm sort of into. I like watching dramas of people who go to like pubs and just eat the food there. There's one drama that I'm really, really into. I forget the name of, but that's not the point. But yeah, that's a really interesting take on people going out and eating food, and I definitely highly recommend it. I'm a little worried because it's Udon, and Udon like has like the weird slow publishing schedule where they might exist, but you never hear from them again. But I really, really hope they continue to publish otherworldly izakaya Nobu, because it is damn fine. Alright, and then finally for Volume 1s, we have Hina Matsuri, which I never saw the anime of this, because I don't watch anime. I don't have time to watch anime, but I heard that it was good, and that it was about this, like, gangster guy who takes in, like, this psychic girl and raises her as his daughter, and that sounds cool as fuck, and that's why I'm super glad we have the manga, because now I can experience that series with everybody else, because I don't watch anime, because I don't have time. I haven't read this yet, though, but I'm very excited to. Very, very, very hype, because I heard everybody who watched Hina Matsuri loved Hina Matsuri, so very excited to finally see what the fuck is up with Hina Matsuri. And now we are going to get into continued stuff. And first up, we have Hanger Volume 2. I thought this was going to be a 2-volume series. Surprise, it's not. But yeah, this is just a regular old BL. I read Volume 1, and outside of like the future premise, it's kind of your basic sort of BL. It's got like the same tropes and the same story beats that you'd find in like a regular old BL. But it's okay, and I'm buying it to support Tokyo Pop's return. So yeah, that's Hanger Volume 2. Next up, Base continues to be a woman who can't be trusted, and got Children of the Whales Volume 6, another Viz title. And once again, just beautiful fucking artwork on the front, beautiful artwork inside. It's just a breathtaking series, start to finish. Y'all have heard it before, y'all hear it again, if people start buying Viz books again. Next up, I wasn't planning on getting this right away, because this and like a couple of other series I like to be like 1 volume behind on, just for the sake of just timing. But I went to the bookstore and my husband saw it and he's like, "Oh, do we have that?" And I'm like, "Fuck, no we don't." So I had to buy it because he really wanted it, and that is I Am a Hero Volume 7? Volume 7, Omnibus Volume 7. I don't know how long this series is, but I have a feeling we got a bit of a ways to go still. But yeah, haven't read this one yet. I'm pretty far behind on I Am a Hero. I shouldn't be, I know, but I am. I'll speed things up. Next up we have Monster Girls Volume 6. It's been a very, very long time since we saw the continuation of the series, and this one, there's one particular chapter near, like, the end that just got me, like, emotional as fuck. Like, this isn't your, like, this ain't your Monster Musume. This is, like, sometimes some touching shit. This is Monster Musume to the lightest degree, and if you want to jump into the Monster Girl sort of genre, definitely look into interviews with Monster Girls, because it is where it's at. Next, we just got Anonymous Noise, Volume 10. Yep. Just got it, because I'm a fool, and I don't care. I picked up the wrong volume of The Ancient Magus' Bride. I pulled this off the shelf thinking that this was Volume 9. It's not Volume 9. I picked up this instead, and I don't really feel like bending down and wasting time to pick it up. But I got Volume 9 of The Ancient Magus' Bride. It's lit as fuck. We are entering a new arc, finally, in the next volume, where Chise goes to, like, a fucking university, which is cool. And I have so many feelings about Volume 9. So many cool shit happened. They wrapped up all this, like, stuff that's been, like, pretty much going on since, like, the beginning. Very cool. Very, very happy. Very excited to see more different shit in The Ancient Magus' Bride. Gotta blaze through some of these. We have Mobile Suit Gundam Wing and Nesabal Glory of the Losers, Volume 8. Yep, just good old Gundam shit. Golden Kamui, Volume 6. It's fucking Golden Kamui. It's fucking badass as hell. I love it. Couldn't stay away from the Viz stuff. No, I could not. New Game, Volume Tris. Very nice. If no one's told you about the Yuri vibes, there's Yuri vibes in New Game, which is very cool. Next up we have Toradora, Volume 8. Volume 7 came out in 2015. It's been a bit. Yeah. So this is apparently still a thing. If you've forgotten about it, it's back. I don't know when we're going to get the next volume, if we're ever going to get it, but there's Volume 8 for you, if you were waiting for it for 3 fucking years. Next we have Uboblat, Volume 10. I had no idea this came out. I saw it in, I think it was Lythus's haul video, and I was like, oh, fuck, Uboblat! Like, I completely fucking forgot about Uboblat. Completely forgot it existed. Next up we have Generation Witch, Volume 3. This is a really cute series. I've mentioned it before, where it takes place in a universe where magic exists and some people are witches, and it's pretty much the day-to-day lives of people, short stories about witches, and just people who exist in this universe with witches. It's really cool. There's, like, and it's, like, individual snippets, like, short stories, but there are reoccurring characters. So it feels like it's a world that's inhabited by people, because you see them come back from now and again, which is really, really cool. It's really, really neat. And some of these stories literally almost get me bawling. But, yeah. Next up, we have, oh, this is fucking tragic. So I got Neko Gahara, Stray Cat Samurai Volume 4, and it got fucked up. I don't know if you can tell. I'm trying to find a light where you can see that there is a huge fucking crack from here to here. You can vaguely see it in this angle, but it's a really big, deep, noticeable crease. And this was actually not the fault of Amazon. Like, I know everybody loves to, like, blame Amazon for the fact that, oh, the spine is bashed in, there's a tear in the page, it's Amazon. But this was 100% my mail. the people who delivered my fucking mail, because instead of putting this in, like, I live in an apartment complex, so we have, like the big ol', like, square of everybody's, you know, mailboxes, and then we have cubbies for, like, larger shit. And instead of doing the decent thing and putting this in, like, the larger cubbies, somebody went and, like, shoved this into my fucking mailbox. And it was, like, they managed to absolutely destroy the envelope it was in. And destroy the shit out of the cover of this book. Now, I am in no way in a financial place to just straight up replace a book right now, but so I'm just gonna have to deal with this as it is. Ooh, oh yeah, you can kind of see it in the light, sort of, but so I'm just gonna have to deal with a Bentass cover until I have a little spare change. Maybe I'll replace it, maybe I just won't care, and this will just be a fun story to tell people about how the mail people decided to fuck up my book. Next up we have the second volume of Dragon Half. The last video that I had volume 1 and you couldn't really tell, but now you can definitely see that it's metallic as hell, and it's just really, really cool and neat effect to put on your book. It kind of sets it apart. It kind of makes it interesting. Draws you in because it's shiny as hell. They got some nice color pages inside. Mostly with like little extras. Color. It's a classic. It's kind of like from like the 90s era. So it's another like classic manga from Seven Seas, which is cool as balls. Next up, I got Sekirei Volume 5, just in time for Volume 6 to come out. This is another one of those manga that I like staying a volume behind, mostly just for financial reasons and stuff. But, yeah, got Sekirei Volume 6, not a lot to say about it. Titties, you know. Gotta get that titty. Gotta get that titty. Next up, we have Magical Girl Sight Volume 7. Honestly, I'm just kind of picking this up because I like it, but there's not a lot of interesting things to say about it. It's just edge as fuck, and, like, for no reason. It's just edgy nonsense. But I fucking love it. I eat that shit up now. Next up, we have the long-awaited, highly anticipated My Brother's Husband Volume 2, which is the final volume. It's only a 2-volume series of 2-in-1s in beautiful hardcover. Fucking love this story in ways I cannot describe. This coming from a man who's made his mark in like bara yaoi, like hardcore bara yaoi. This is wholesome and wonderful. And I fucking love it. Just completely. It's fucking perfect. If you are going to get any fucking manga that has to do with, like, gay people, like, features them at all in any way that isn't, like, fetishy, please, please, please pick up My Brother's Husband. You will have an experience that's just fucking, I fucking love this manga. It's wonderful. It's absolute treat. Beautifully delivered, told, art, wonderful. Moving. So moving, especially if you are an LGBT person. LGBTQ+, whatever we're calling it these days. Just, it's so nice. There's nothing about this that I don't like. There's nothing about this that I came away and I was like, well, didn't like that. This is so good. I cannot praise it enough. It is just so good. Please, please, please pick up My Brother's Husband. It is really good. It is really, really fucking good. Your life will be made better by owning that manga in your collection. I promise you. Jumping away from My Brother's Husband, we have A Centaur's Life, Volume 15, and I've given up on trying to figure out what the fuck this manga's about, because I don't know. Is it a slice of life? Is it a fantasy war manga? Is it, I don't know what it is. All kinds of shit just gets up in this manga, and it started as just a sweet monster girl slice of life, and now I'm not so sure. We've taken the concept and we've taken it to fucking space and back, and people, like, we literally have, like, some of the, like, the characters, like, in the high school setting literally shoot people with actual guns, like, no context given, but they're shooting people now. They got people, fucking terrorists, invading their school, and you got these high schoolers being like, oh, it's a fucking gun on the ground, and literally murdering guys. What the fuck is a Centaur's Life? It's a miserable pile of secrets. Next up, we just have The Manliest of Manlies, Coliseum Volume 3. Just more of that ridiculous good shit. My favorite part is the fucking cover, because they have Hillary Clinton on the front, and it's all like, I'm with her! Like, they couldn't be any more heavy-handed, like, the guys, this is Hillary Clinton. This is Hillary Clinton. And finally, we have Grand Blue Dreaming, Volume 2. I've kind of gotten into this one, and I just want to say, bye, Icon. Bye, Icon. Grand Blue Dreaming, fucking nice. Love it. Absolutely. It is a fun fucking manga, just about drinking, your brains out in college, and sometimes scuba diving. Oh, my camera on my phone is running out of space, and it won't let me record a video longer than like 10 seconds, so I will see you all in the next video, whenever that may be. I will see you all later. You're sexy, you're beautiful, you're perfect. Goodbye.